It's not easy to achieve that small town feeling while simultaneously being close to the urban edge of a city, but family-friendly Encino in Los Angeles does just that. And the word is out. Over the last few years, Encino has become a hot LA area, with many celebrities settling down here with their families, snapping up beautiful homes in the area. So I wanted to take a look at some of the pros and the cons of living here. This channel is all about living in Los Angeles, where I cover communities all over the city. If you're interested in learning more about LA, then please subscribe to this channel and tap the little bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market and the happenings here in LA. My name is Anj Catalano and I'm with Craft & Bauer, and I'm a realtor here in LA. Today I'm taking a look at Encino, which is a vibrant neighborhood that sits on the northern slope of the Santa Monica Mountains in the San Fernando Valley of Los Angeles. Encino is a 20-minute drive away from Hollywood, and it's just over the hill from Santa Monica and the Pacific Palisades if you drive through Bel Air and Brentwood. With its gorgeous tree-lined streets and beautiful homes in the hills, Encino is frequently ranked as one of the best Los Angeles suburbs. It made its big break into pop culture along with the release of The Karate Kid in the 80s, where the high school rich kids lived in fancy Encino. So whether it's Real Housewives or NBA players or even Hollywood actors, Encino has actually managed to attract quite a few Hollywood A-listers, and I think that's because of its small town feeling as well as big, beautiful homes. Some of Encino's most famous residents are Selena Gomez, Channing Tatum, and Dave Grohl from the Foo Fighters. Encino has a population of 60,000 people, and it covers a 10 square mile radius. And like Tarzana and Sherman Oaks, which Encino sits in between, the central retail hub here is Ventura Blvd, which is an 18-mile stretch of mom and pop businesses. It's actually the longest stretch in the United States. Encino is just west of the 101 and the 405, which are two of the main freeways in LA, which make it very accessible, and this is a great advantage to living here. However, the main pro and reason for living in Encino is that the homes here are known for their generous square footage and backyard space. I think that's actually why most people probably move here, as you can get a much bigger size home compared to other parts of the city. Encino is a popular hub for medical and healthcare professionals who work nearby in the many medical practices as well as the hospital. In addition, there are also many business professionals who both work here in the business hub and commute into the city for work, making Encino amongst the valley's highest average household income. Access to the outdoors is a major pro for living in Encino, because both the beach and Topanga State Park are within a few minutes reach. There's also the Sepulveda Dam and recreational area, which is a haven for wildlife enthusiasts, and where you can play a round of golf or some cricket or go for a bike ride. Dog owners can enjoy off-leash time at the Sepulveda Basin Dog Park. There's also a sports complex with a baseball field and several golf courses. In short, there's plenty to do outdoors and for you to be able to enjoy outdoor living in Encino. The neighbourhoods here are filled with beautiful trees, and the landscapes typically are really well kept with great curb appeal. You'll see a lot of different styles of home, like the modern farmhouse style, view homes in the hills, as well as more traditional homes that were built before the 1970s. There is also a significant amount of remodeling and construction going on, and I would say there's a real mix of architecture here. I think the reason that celebrities are drawn to Encino is that within the hills there are lots of homes with long private driveways, and it's really easy to get away from the chaos of the city. Now, the main downside to living in Encino is that you have to be financially able to do so. The median home price in 2022 was 1.5 million, which makes it at least 25% more expensive than any other neighbourhood in LA. There are also many larger homes here going all the way up to 25 million. On the affordable end, you can rent a 2-bedroom apartment from around $3,000 a month, And if you want to rent a house, you can get probably a more traditional 3-bedroom house from around $5,000 a month upwards. The median income in Encino this year was just over $110,000, but if you actually take a look at the map of the subsections of Encino, you will see that in the hills and the very exclusive neighbourhoods, the median income is probably going to be closer to $180,000 a year. And then when you get lower towards the flats on the northern end of Encino, the median incomes go as low as $60,000 a year. So really, you actually have quite a wide range of incomes and properties to suit those incomes. Now, we can't talk about a neighbourhood in the valley without addressing the weather. The average temperature stays at around 70 degrees. However, the months of June through to September, you see temperatures reaching the 90s and higher. So I would say this is another negative, because not only is it hot, you're probably going to get a huge electric bill in the summer, which was a shock to me when I first moved here. I think my first electric bill was $1,000 for 2 months, and I actually rang LADWP because I was shocked. I was like, what is this? It must be a mistake. But then I started to make friends in the neighbourhood, and they all assured me that summers are a little crazy and in the winter bills are a lot more reasonable. The local economy is primarily based on healthcare jobs, but there are also plenty of other professional services that are based here, such as accounting, real estate, legal. The neighbourhood is home to over 3,800 businesses that employ around 30,000 people, which I think is partly a contributing factor to the 405 and the 101 often being crowded. Schools in the area are predominantly private or charter, catering to well-heeled families. Elementary and middle schools, both public and private, get high marks. There are multiple elementary schools and charter schools that are part of the LAUSD school system, but there is no public high school within the Encino boundaries. I think Encino works best for folks who have a family, community or cultural connection to the area. And that's because I would say that the population here skews a little older than Sherman Oaks or Studio City, and families who are happy to pay for private or religious schools. As far as the people go, the population of Encino is about 60% US-born citizens, making it a diverse place. There's a wonderful Jewish and Middle Eastern community here, amongst many others, and many international people live here. The crime rate here is almost 25% lower than other LA areas, making this a generally safe LA neighbourhood. The main area for shopping and dining is situated on Ventura Blvd between White Oak and Balboa in an area called the Encino Commons. This is dubbed as the Valley's Miracle Mile, and it's home to a number of businesses. Over the last few years, we are seeing more and more restaurants and eateries pop up in this part of the valley because it's exploded in popularity. For groceries, there's Amazon, Gelson's or Subsea Market down the boulevard, which features Israeli and kosher foods. In terms of nightlife, there's not a huge amount that's going on in Encino. There are a few bars along Ventura, but in all honesty, you might be better off taking a drive down to Studio City or Sherman Oaks or going over the hill to West Hollywood. Most people get around by car, which can be especially frustrating if you have to commute on the 405 to West LA. However, the Orange Line cuts across Encino and many commuters take it to the Warner Center or North Hollywood and beyond. Because there are so many seniors in Encino, there are also several shuttles that are just for them. Overall, I would say that Encino allows for a relaxed, upscale suburban lifestyle with easy access to all areas of the city. It's one of the best and most convenient areas of the valley for professional services like doctors, dentists, banks, lawyers, etc. because of the business hub here. It's a really safe area and it has lots of outdoor spaces to enjoy. Parks, golf courses, hiking trails. There are also so many different accessible canyons and freeways that make it really easy to get anywhere in the city. It's a great place to raise a family with lots of good schools and sports facilities close by and plenty of markets with easy parking. Overall, it's a great place to live.